Ebreka Sieboy, Eye Ecobank, Adaroma, and Waso Yasne, Amayede Bro.
Promo at Sobema de Semenina, aha, aba UTV promo Cassia, so minim said Naya for Fide, or Fie Mwajibra will share a Cassie. Send us to Sabe for 10 times to UTV Ghana, will bet me a share, Eddie if you're Sasson on channel 360 on DSTV, so will bet me a share, Eddie from Midday Money or with Fie Mission so. Secassie, bet me a pay your dear, and an age milkua, Eddie so as I can see and come my woman. Best point savings and loans, the best assurance or home for we seek a ceremony insurance, won't send you now. Echo down woman, a honey beer, ubenya hot so papa, this way chocolate drink, and every year with tea, June so you know, pel ice gum. So this way, a guna pel pie, be boss with the masada, ebebrem, special ice mineral water, air, buju so, papa pan so man quandia, maybe in pel fee, offices and mountain so, at the baby, none of the dan, it does so, and a U2 I data sort me your bad pentino, and to the permit me account for the amount. And a U2 data sort. Cassia sama hodwa edi mu akotene ebi ene. Communications Minister Sabre Washebo pa say eba no DSTV eboa edaso no o hwe said e be ye onim penfo ebedi nkomo ama ebo no so aba for mama Ghana fo so nya eso emfa so so ena eye achemoda emra hye Sabre wo de abasobo akọ e de ama eye Prime Minister Indian Prime Minister e wo mra hye a obepie e wo eho no mo se ekopie mu e wo tano so e wo ahafo ano empesua so a apotoyoafo a omo ho no moto Sabre die niema enkoye ma wo mo niema no yento sales na e wo fom pant omo sraban se emwa bi obetimi aba e de abebo obo bia no omo moden na omeboa wo mo wei ene nsem kaye ka ho asemufo aboabo ano na mo sonfo abina chei bo achime de baba dan wo se premo kase afekase no enchiremu. Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Honorable Samuel George Sabri, Wahese ene woni DSTV empaying for nasa na msifo ebehia no modi nkomo afa kwan obefa so ama nei se wo yisu DSTV a ebo no ebetimi abafom opanyine say wo gina tumi a anase adwuma ye de ahye ne se tumi ewom na wagina so de aboganafo nyina ho ban se de ebeya eba no eye abefo kwan so ayefa so ede eto anase ye de efa price enema eno ebetimi abafom pa magana ni a wo yusu sa DSTV no so betimi enya so mfa so opanyine chirema wo se neisi ye hwese de yensi kasemisi tie e wo my Ghana mu a enema akofom enti esese wo yusu DSTV so a price no anase bo eda so no etimi ese se de enema esi akofom e wo oman mu woni semtwefo edi ahia na sei ena ochiremu.
Last week I invited the senior leadership of MultiChoice Ghana to a formal dialogue on DSTV's subscription pricing in Ghana. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made it clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures must be responsive to Ghana's economic context. I have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow with the Ghana team and their South African counterparts, the management from South Africa. They arrived tonight to agree on a way forward on the issues raised. The outcomes will be shared with the public in due course. This engagement reflects our commitment to regulatory accountability and our resolve to ensure that digital services in Ghana remain fair, accessible, and responsive to the needs of citizens. I make you one promise. I won't leave tomorrow's meeting without securing a drop in the price of DSTV. That is a solemn promise I make to you. As part of efforts to promote vibrant and inclusive digital creative economy, I met with TikTok's West African Government Relations team on the 26th of June. Our discussions focused on enforcing age restrictions, safeguarding minors, and promoting responsible content development. And at this point, let me just pause and say that I'm deeply concerned about some of the content on TikTok. Like sex and explicit material on TikTok is completely unacceptable and against our culture and our norms. And those were parts of the conversation I held with TikTok saying to have content moderation in country. But the cybersecurity authorities mandated to do constant surveillance of TikTok platforms and accounts in country that are engaged in content that is anti our culture, and not appropriate, and work with the platform operator to take down those accounts and block the owners of those accounts from operating on those platforms. The ministry also welcomed TikTok's introduction of a STEM-focused content feed and encouraged strong alignment with national programs, particularly the 1 Million Coders Initiative. I also urged TikTok to ensure fair compensation for Ghana's content creators, and I proposed the establishment of a local moderation and content governance team to reflect Ghana's values, our culture, and protect human user rights and support national regulatory expectations.
So communication minister Sam George Asai Akensi Subio Sasabredi ye bano radio stations any TV stations ahemi no 200 ena sabri womo ebu emra so a womo fa kwampa so ena de ye womo adwuma wo se enka ne wo de betu dwa se stations ni ye nsia nanso yebu yeni egu so ekọ enimu na ekoduru 62 na busume baako eche no eno mampanyini de tu dwa so woma ebinom emre anaso woma omomre no momfa nye enhyehyeye se de beya omo betimi edi enhyehyeye no so ne paso nanso abra his excellency John Dramani Mahama epa choma omo ema womo emre no wo se emu du enwotwe 18 ena sabe omo ba ya womo eguso a womo ye enhyehyeye se aka ena enkono nasa ena omude ma wo se omfanye hyehye ne na adru nso ebinom eya so brache a wo mu eni so wo se sa bre de se mere no so a ye betum wa wo mfa kwampa so no se we ye hyehye ya omo ye edi asone so ama wo mudi ana stations ahodo na edi kwan ye se eba no ensem tworo adwuma wo mfa kwampa so edi aye sei eno chirem.
It's a figment of people's imagination. The technology doesn't work that way. They can't break in if you don't give them your PIN. And you don't need to say you are calling your PIN out for them. They send you a prompt and then you type your PIN in. No electronic money issuer will call you and ask you to enter your PIN on your device. Please don't do it. We've asked the EMIs to engage or improve their public awareness campaigns. But look, we need to be awake as people. Okay? Stop being too trusting. Don't believe that somebody wants to strengthen your system or they are upgrading their system, all kinds of stories. It doesn't work. So please be mindful. But I think that on this point, I'll just make, Honorable Minister, if I get your permission, there's something I didn't touch on. The closure of radio stations. We, through the regulator, shut down 62 radio stations for various infractions. Now, those 62 are not the only that have infractions. In fact, we have almost 200. And so I'm doing them in phases. We did the first 6 to send a signal. People didn't mind us. We did 62. God being so good for them, it was Father's Day's week. So President Mahama Ejapa, the proper Ejapa, decided to give a Father's Day gift and asked us to give a moratorium. We gave a moratorium of 30 days. Today is I think it's left at about, so I'm saying that we have 9 days left of the 30-day grace period. Of the 62 stations, only 18 have made an effort to reach out to the NCA to try and remedy their challenges. In fact, of the 18, most of them will not be able, the challenges that they have, they will not be able to complete it in the 9 days. But so that it does not appear as though this is a deliberate witch hunt.
So like I said, so Foreign Affairs Committee or more Parliament sabi o ma shebo say wo mo esua enema bebre efri ensra Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi EBPM wo mrahye bedwemu no ensem a wode ebetu dwa anase nkomo ne omo bedi ye no wo se adesua bebre ewo mu wo se se nei ye hye abefo nkwanso anase technology a eyade ebetimi aboa apagya ye nwuma anase ye niam a ye die ewo man Ghana mu ebeboa ama eye kabima minkabi nso so etimi akọ nanimpa empo eba nanipa efa ahodie nso so a ebetimi aboa opanyina anaso chairman of the committee ya no Honorable Alfred Oko van der Poy say and okay.
See India 822 119 for development. Until Yensu Ghana, Yambo Modi, na Yanyesa. Say among for us to like that's a one move to one more aspiration. One more and I could tell one more to one more one more call to Abano. Yamma development Emra one more patem in their communities. Youth no pay Juma. Electric no so person woman development housing roads yambo modern yama development emra wo mo fie or say fiti kwame nkrumah breso na Ghana ni India establishing relationship wa ba say o person sa relationship no yen strengthen no na yema emunya din wo mo ko space wo mo ko moon wo mo ye nyama of climate change yenso yembo modern na sa nyama ina yen hihye so pepepepe se ne be ya ye man Ghana no e be fa no tuma papa na we fra na person ni ye adwuma na sa development no eba Ghanaians ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the support intina womo kosa line no womo vote overwhelmingly emano so he has that support already. Now they have to translate that support into action. Every Ghanaian na woko vote to man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Na won so when vote to man no but in the majority vote to man no. E was say ye hina ye di nechi. Na ye bom pai man no. Na nsama oni ye kaka no ye di echi. Na ye ye adwuma. Launching the 24-hour economy say nra or say every Ghanaian your attitude must change. We must have a new attitude, a positive attitude, a nationalistic attitude, knowing that the Ghanaian wants a change. That change will not come because we are talking. That change will come because we have changed our attitude and our ways of doing things. Well, and we must go the extra mile. The government has a responsibility to create the enabling environment. You know, say, obey energy, development of energy is a key. The development of resources is a key. And then when we are given the resources, we must use it to the best interest of our country.
New Patriotic Party Member of Parliament, Emma Bosome Frehon, Honorable Danasa Fweje Aye, and Asabo Dia Tujase. And who abe here passes a brace, a banner addition, and Samoa, and has education system now, and see the information technology, a remu. Said he bet me a page of my Ghana, SC, a for quite so we are see for 9 now. Opinion Chemu was saying, nay, share Indian Prime Minister. Nensra what they aba or my Ghana more would boo any echo share India, or more do sukoye pa, a banner technology, a bus, a cyber security, any infrastructural development, or more ado sukoye papa. In Sabri dias, so my Ghana, SC BB, Eddie Frimo, said a bear, a beboa. Ama impuntu anase impuntu juma etime yakoso ye
I know ase akola no start school there's a conscious effort awofo aban no eye sa akola no be hu IT akola bia se bi otonwade wo kwan ho krampo a eba no IT a untimi ho aban no ahyeda de ahonde ahyem from their basic schools up to there's a whole area your opportunity you bet me invest ye mrante ne mamba wa no po ehia so mbetu kwan obetina Ghana haya, and they will make a lot of money. The media mesra buy no. Sa 24 hours ya omo media me you see me, but so pese o create eduma pa and yen sa 24 hours ya o ye you. Debbie, the government must make a conscious investment in ICT. And yes, I kita phone now to me ko TikTok na chese oni my ICT o. Debi o. Ne no nya ICT TikTok ne snap no. E no nya ICT o. Conscious effort in training your mebun your school for no. In fact, ICT na nkola ne betro no. BEC no enye what is the amount used for? How do you open file? Enye no consciously. Say no betimi the ICT e creating yama developing yama. Say
Emrashabadwani a German South, Honorable Colonel retired Kojo Damwa. And asabe wodi ato Ghana fo nyina enim se ho abehia pass sabre. Ye bisa kontabuo free energy minister Honorable John Ebuginapo ehonom efa ECG containers a ebeto odwase ayera no. Wo se ebra ebeto odwase ayera na eno panyini de ba se ehwehwemu ekoso afa wi eche wode beto odwa se yehu bi bia yehu ye wo bekaye wo se adenti na opanyin sama mechirechire mu enchire ye babia akwakoduru ehefa ne yehu ye dodo sen na yenya na dodo sen na aka wo se Ghana fo ehia sa enchichimu ene sa kontabuo no
enya de a etime yira kekesa bibia ebefa port no se bebia adanse bi ebe ho ai be hu baabi a na ewo da ye de koyiye tumi a igina so di ye sika ye tua ni nyina adanse ho timi no oka na foforo na ye menya kakasa e de na si ana se ebia wanwe hu ya baka se omo ye adwuma ewo ho no enim hu bi na se enya ba foforo na ye adwuma na ade kro e bae no so nema akuakuo bebre ho a omo kabom no mahwese ade free port akwa abontena ye be manako nti we nipa gina ho ebe den na watimi afasa na ye mai akọ akeke ba media na ehia me ye nyina nim se nyina mahoden ho nsem electricity ho nsem eda nipa dodo akoma so nam se kanea ni ho a wondime nya hwe nyuma bebre wo ho a age se wo kanea na watimi aye wo keka ne masi ani a ebia wadwunu me na akakra se la ebia de ntia omomo no ene se wade ayira wahwe wahu a se asembia ni hobi o te ase omono de na omo so ma de ayira ena fe de omo so mahu nti wahu de ase wo no wo ne ha obi na mum Ghana fo mum na e wo senke pe hu se niema na omo se mahu no muntwa no mfonyini me hwe ehe na mu hu no ta mo se mu hu nti dodo se na ohu wo terminal se ena makoyi muyi so amode ko he ede adwuma na mode nti sanse mi se we nyina ebehia nam se eyo man no agapade na na yese ayira nyame aye adom ne yehu a enema so ye de baase ye de be yenwuma a yenim se ECG fo hia nchechemom de ba fofo se sika nom de be yi no enompo no men as former commissioner customs na emi na kakra nam se ebia sipan a omo ba me ho ye yenhyehe se yenim se ECG enye ankura bi nti ECG fo na so mo na ma ba na so mpese ombeyi na ebia sikanya etimi ne omo ye enhyehe se be ya ombeyi akọ enam se jumom di no ehiama oman no nyina sade ye ya oba abontententem be kai no na sampa se wo hu dia o se ono amu ne de se ode beba ma obi ehu na finitim na chese obi ankodwen bone ma obi ba meti nkusema ne ebinom se customs for ebinom se GPH for obi aka ne de nyame aya adom wa hu a ene brabonte ne ehu na fe so mo se ade ne kra begu ache nyame adom wa hu yin tentem na oyi so a kasa de offense ntwefo yi da ebe yi content na ntwefo mu gina ho
sabe yakwakopie mu ewo gomoa akroti yensem choni Jacob Kubi ewa homa ne so yenya reho sembi se 1D1F project bi ekoso no nipa bonfo bi akwakoku eye security person ho no mo awia eho eniema no Jacob, what's a make a memoir ever premocas so?
Because so many about
Now, what to say a way?
Yamado Mehoyapa.
Jacob, and say, I had to know a munchi moon say.
You send out the Kakan is up next year, a Yakobra Boating, or no new, you know, 63 years. Or say a Yaguma equity. Naminu Kati, Washe Numpaya, it was a 4 A1 almost at in training. Now, Nina say, I have a fire, ever Cobra Boating. Eya 1D1F abanda da ne ye ne se osi ewo mantemo nyina se ne be ya ade ke benya edwuma ye no gomwa akweti omuti eyeye ema omunye bi na abra edwumadie ne ekoso no na ehu behia se ombenya bankofo a obebo eye infidie a ewo eye factory home no ehu ban enti omo de sa eye edwuma yi ede ma eye kobra ati se onhwe eye site home enti ade ana oguso ehwe sa na eye na wo ni yiri ene ne ma ade tie omo frɛ eye kobra boachi sa omo nsa anka no esan sɛ so okokoye nighta anapa eye obefie na nipa foforo so asan eko na omo frɛfrɛ sa emba no mo ye ne sɛ ati sa de a omo kɔ eye site wo akɔhwɛ sɛ de nti na onfa kɔ ne sɛ da na wada bro so ana sɛ we ja phone na to be ana so bi na be wi phone kura na at least omo betumi ehu omo papa nenim omo kodu ho omo a omo ahwehwɛ efi onyina nkyɛnkyɛ onyina omo hu no nto mo wura ɛyɛ main gate na nkasa na eti ho omo no mo hu sɛ ɛyɛ ho mo no ɛyɛ wura kakra but homo aye to say dia obi no obi apre eso ewo ho ta ento mo hwe no na to kill ma so ento mo fa gate na for warehouse na chi omo ko warehouse na to dan a da homo obi a ende manya ho na ye omo da sa dan na esi enchen homo no mo ko hu say kobra bo ati yede ahoma aso ne mene afen so yede handkerchief ache ne lu aya tete ne ta ya tete ne nan so eka ho a wahwe ne nkwa afen so no transformer na esi site home no ye two transformer na dia two fom na ya papa transformer na yi emu niama nyina de ko after transformer no cables a ewo patro no dodo ano so no omo de ko na wey na adisi a omo agomwa ojobi tremu say asem wey de asefem nto wey de omo tre aban ene IGP say omo mbomode na omo hwehwe asem wey mu pa emfa mombo na nkama ye say gomwa akweti home no omo ya agi ejibone efa nipa kunkun hu wey nya de kan a esi ewo gomwa akweti.
Oh, Jacob, we dey ya rehosem pa na nipa bonfe omudi sa adwuma ni wie no omo enja trait bia wo ho no mo a ebia bet boama bambo dwuma enfo so kwabati mi agina so ade aye omo hwehwe mu
ati me no ka say de bibi ade emba beto ya ba mu na mum a police force mu a omo ye ensem no ehwehwe mu enya bibia no betumi de atuga sisie
Jacob da say ene wa manebo abusuafo ensem tro ni Jacob Kobe ene ete na manebo a rehosem esi ewo gumwa akroti eno no yeto akase ene so a New Patriotic Party amanyoko sabe di omo se wo mabo EC wo mu gina si o mosi se eba no Ablekuma North election ya yesi yenko na wona so monko no monko about 19 polling stations o mo san koto aba ne bio no wo mo so mo ntiase o mo bo egu wo mo so wo mo hwe gina si ya EC ede beto udwa na o mo hu ne se wa hyeda ena wo pese wo fakuntu na se niema bi a etia emra na afi so ese kabi nka bi emomu no wo twetwe wo mo na wo panyin odi animu ekasa ye General Secretary Emma New Patriotic Party Lawyer Justin Frimpong Kodua ena ekasa isei ena ochire mu fai.
Let it be on record that at the meeting with the Electoral Commission on 1st July, our representatives, in the persons of Evans Nimakun, our Director of Research and Elections, and Ebenezer Nati, Honorable Ebenezer Nati, former Member of Parliament for Ablekuma Central, representing our party, vehemently opposed the position of the Electoral Commission. So it cannot be that after extensive discussion, the EC painting the picture as if the parties there agreed to their roadmap. The MPP reps at the meeting opposed to the Electoral Commission's position. And that was our position at the meeting, just for the records. For the avoidance of doubt, the New Patriotic Party finds the Electoral Commission's sudden U-turn on Ablekumanov's stalemate as not only shocking, but also disingenuous and unlawful. The party thus completely rejects the decision of the Commission to rerun the polling station elections in the said 19 polling stations, and we shall proceed to advance our reasons. It will be recalled that the High Court, Accra, on 4th January 2025, granted an application filed by the MPP to compel the EC to conduct its constitutional and statutory duty of completing the constituency coalition exercise in 4 outstanding constituencies, which were Ablekumanov, Tema Central, Okaike Central, and Techiman South. The High Court specifically ordered the Inspector General of Police to provide adequate and armed security to the EC to complete the coalition and to declare the winners of the parliamentary elections in these constituencies. For the avoidance of doubt, these coalitions were done in the presence of all parties and verified by the Electoral Commission. So what is the EC telling us now? After going through a process whereby we had reps from NDC, reps from MPP, your presiding officers, your returning officer being there, and even staff from your headquarters to supervise the exercise, you come back to tell us that your presiding officers didn't verify this process. This is totally disingenuous and a mockery to our democracy and a disgrace to the institution Electoral Commission.
Our University of Professional Studies, UPSC. Nasabre di omumra e wo masa yiri mu kete e fa disuafo a wo mo eba ho se de omusi esiesie wo mo ECF omusi sese die adisuafo na ho fama de anase omusi esiesie ho no emu apagya enye ne papa so a omusi wo mo frɛ no indecent dressing eno wo ye na no na nhwehwemu nso aba beto edwa se ananu wukua dai adisuafo dodo na ye sansa wo mo achi efiri eye adesua no omo ebia honom anase campus wo so omo nsan ko fie anase omo ko hostel no omo ko shata de pa enidie ewo ho emfa emra na eye mpanyimfo omo UPSA echiremu a enidie sefata efa adesuafo no manfama de no eye hyehye ya eda honom de daada a womo edi discipline any professionalism area womo munti omo se nyade se omo behwe amana sesa UTV News any adesuafo ni bi etwetwe nkomo sei and womo echirim.
It's a professional school and we've been given a code of conduct and things to wear and not to wear. For example, Mondays are strictly official wears and we are to wear only official wears. But other days like Tuesdays to Fridays, we have some things to wear, not to wear, like joggers, lights and all those kind of things. We are not to wear those kind of things, but you can wear other things that are really decent. So I don't really know if jean it's not accepted because the girl in the video was wearing a jean. I don't know if jean is part of the things that's not accepted. In Bermanu, you should keep your training clean, not really say like a bushy and I say bibioba. You've combed it nicely and all those kind of things, and the girls too, you have to have your braids on everything.
You're right, well, say Papa, yes, sir. At least we'll be cry into like proper dress and you will be approaching it on some way now catching say you if you are there show no you're right and I'll be also on yes, but even call be dragging God in a place I only be approaching correctly. I know you're right, but to drag the person in front of the whole and you're fine. Just that people see it say appearance, count a lot about you, but maybe the whole team will see it different. Maybe what you have in mind and yet and on a appearance, yeah. Maybe we are very sharp, but when him said they're dressing pool, it's not about even proper because him said they're dressing at all.
Monday I got here and I saw several students standing outside the LBC And then I asked some of them, and they were like, so this is the reason why I've been sacked. And they said you shouldn't wear men share slippers, men share atari atite, and share short skirts. When I saw the news, then later I saw videos coming. So I quickly ran from the house and came to campus to come and witness what was going on. When I came, I saw them still sacking people because from our student handbook, it has been told or it has been stated that as students, we are not supposed to dress showing our belly. We shouldn't wear tattered trousers, short skirts, and all those things. Seeing a class mixed with males, and we all have feelings. Then some males are like, they won't tell you directly, but they'll look because they can see at least you are showing some part of your body. And then the males wearing parka and slippers, I don't see it to be properly, like it's not even acceptable by the school.
We don't know what happened between him and the lady. We don't know the conversation that they had. I bet me I can say what he did was wrong or right. Maybe the girl said something in anger to provoke him. Let's be able to drag him. But for the guy, dear, for what I know and the little interaction that I've had with him, dear, he's not a bad person. You know, this place is a professional school. In Tuba, your prospectus and everything, they'll tell you, say, it's a professional school, so there's a certain way you dress to lectures. Mondays, they have a certain way you dress. Tuesdays, you dress this way. Thursday, Wednesday, to Friday. There's a certain way you dress to campus. You can't wear anything to campus. If you wear anything to campus, you need to be, like, you should have an explanation, a reason why you are wearing that thing. Even for evening students, when you are coming to campus, you should be professional. Like, you dress in a professional attire for your lectures.
Sabre yakopie mu ewo emrasebedwa phone binom akeka wo mo ho abomu omo ye young parliamentarian caucus na sabre wo makopie mu ewo Ashaman Weed Ghetto na omukoye mabunu binom a wo mo fenu bone ema ne buroso wone wo mo eche ya na so mu di nkomo ama binom che wo makosem kwan ye fa so wo mo di wo mo hu wura saate bie no mu eni nyedi a edi wo mo na no nam so ma mrasebedwafo yi bi a wo kopie mu ho no no wo mo eche mu se enubone ewo anya adepa nanso se de eye mabunu no binom so wo mo ete bie mu se de siti nti wo mo de wo mo kwakwo wura mu nti nya de se ye betimi agya wo mo ejeje mu nti nkomo bonu mu no na president a woda wo ma no honorable Joycelyn Tete Kwashi wono enedi enimu mu omokoye wo mu di sikabotene emema mpemfo no mo de dada ghettos no ano na afei so wo mo se ehu behia pa se eba no rehabilitation program a esi etimi eboa support se de be ya mabuni se base yemfo mo nkoho no na se nuboni wo mu nya ya wo mo etimi agya afei so mo san kire mu se enya de se wo mu je wo mo jeje mu wo mo hye wo mo bose wo mo ka wo mo ho na enidaso wo ho no mo sa bere wo mo tie bie mu no wo mo fa hye wo mo tim se enka ho na ebeyeye.
Yeah, deep plan way ever tune in him say this is what we think is happening and we need that call of action. Say we have to do something. He didn't hesitate at all. He supported us and he pushed us to do what we did today. We gave food items, we gave water, we gave drinks, and we gave an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis. We didn't give it to them to just share and use it to buy the usual thing we are preventing them from buying. But we saw their leaders and then we talked to them, say, how can we also support them? Some of them, because they only lorry fare. So looking at those basic needs, we decided to support them financially. Until I was on lorry fare ni sanyamano. Sikana yediama na they can also come out of what they are. We've read it in books, we've seen pictures, but this is like a first-hand information. And it's pathetic because these are young people that we assume say more offices be and now say they are doing their own businesses. Some of them even got up and said that if they have the opportunity and they wouldn't be here, if there's any way we can help them out of it. It's really, really, really bad, and this is eating into the future of our country. And reports now, we are bringing the real picture out there to the people that needs to see it, and we've sought their permissions to even put their pictures out there, like our videos and all that. The way they make themselves comfortable in those environments, the drugs they take, the drinks they've been taking, the sense of hopelessness. Say, a lot of them even feel that's the end of their life. And so we got there, they didn't even know that they still can make it. They thought that's the end of their life. And you bet your report, now they are common speaker of parliament, and then we take it from there.
It has gone a long way to help the youth, and it went down the ground, and there was an understanding. Say you continue taking those illegal substances, ever have a future. So the youth are now understanding. They are now discerning to understand. Say, health-wise, it is not good for them, and their future progression should. And something that they have to continue. So by and large, the presence of my colleagues today in my constituency will go a long way to help my community and the youth as well.
The young parliamentarians are to say MPs are descending Abba ghettos to come and have interaction with your youth, and the Omukanina say, Aquina or Wetini Assassin, Aquina or almost a son, Omudabre, and no Mutinabre, Ebessasa. And that is one great thing now. And then Amaminiaji say, Omwa descending to the level of the ghetto boys. And so, friends, so say, me boys no miniaji. Say MPs about Moho. And I did back on Mudiko say Omu be ready some best son, Omebwam, no more page you must swam on.
And President Midday, one may be a charming tree. Now, my son, we've not do our person of Cocopanami, Scapo to me. In Presama, but no woman to me. One younger near driver. I'm going to ask you every time we are. Then you are using by maybe and then that is in by a minimum cover and oh, Juma, it's you more. Oh, me, and you might be getting such a number. It's just a minute, you want me here. You have to knock off.
UTV promo kasiye ye home eye kasiye so ye baba sesia.
Prem to break kasiye boy eye Ecobank adaroma en waso yasene ama ye de bro. to break us your boy. Eye Echo Bank under Roma and waso yasne ama yede bro.
Adesema me mama kwa babio yetwa kase no eso. Enche bia na United States of America ban edebeto Ghana ban anim se. Wo ma eye adesuafo visa wo mo kwa ebra wo di ama wo mo no wo makwa kotena ho ama na boro so wonsa ama wo nachi enam so ama ahwe yi a wo mo anaso obi akopie mo so kwa kodi visa wo ma wo visa eno ena nei Minister for Tourism and Creative Arts Honorable Jifa Ablagomashi wode ato America ban enim se sabre ya Ghana ban de enhyehyeye guakwan mu a wo ye edi asosa wo hawo no a wo de beto wonanim no ano kwan sabi wo hyehye Ghana fo a wo makotena America wo matena ho no mo ama no aboro so sei eno panyine echirim.
We're gathered here not only to commemorate a defining moment in the history of this great nation, but also to celebrate enduring principles that have shaped its journey, freedom, opportunity, and the entrepreneurial spirit. On behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the government and people of Ghana, and on my own behalf, I extend our warmest congratulations and best wishes to the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, the government and the people of the United States of America on this momentous occasion. This anniversary not only marks the birth and democratic ideals, but also highlights the enduring leadership of the United States in championing freedom, innovation, and inclusive development. The concerns raised by the U.S. government relating to visa issues with Ghanaian applicants and assure the U.S. government, Ghana government, is taking serious steps to address the concerns as soon as practicable. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the relationship between Ghana and the United States is a shining example of what can be achieved through enduring friendship, mutual respect, and shared aspirations. Together, our nations have achieved remarkable milestones and overcome significant challenges, forging a bond deeply rooted in history and with promise for the future. As we look ahead, let us continue to nurture our partnership and leverage our collective strengths to build a brighter, more prosperous future for our people.
Together, we have worked to secure Ghana's borders and people through the collaboration of our armed forces and other security services, the conduct of numerous military exercises, and the exchange of information that helps keep Ghanaians and Americans safe. Together, we have created thousands of jobs for Ghanaians, building on the duty-free access to the U.S. market for Ghanaian exporters that the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, has enabled. And we are not a country that only recently recognized the value of providing duty-free access to their markets for African countries. The United States has been granting that access through AGOA for 25 years. Whatever forms they may take, our mutual interests and partnerships in trade, security, health, and more will continue going forward in ways that are both familiar and that are new. For example, there is massive opportunity to grow trade and investment between the United States and Ghana in the coming years. Together, we can create increased prosperity for both our nations, building on our generations of connections between families and businesses. We can build on the strong foundations that U.S. assistance helped construct by fostering increased private sector-led growth in energy, mining, and various other critical sectors of Ghana's economy. The United States can help create high-skilled and high-value jobs, building on innovation, ingenuity, and industriousness.
Apotoyo ya die bia eba no man Ghana mu a enye yen enyimfo ade foforo yenim pa na wo bepie mu e wotano north mpesua so wo ahafo mountain mu a wo mo eyusu apotoyo eyusu pa wo mo esan ton bi e wo honom na UTV News ene omanfo mo wo eya ahafo region bi so etwetwe nkomo na binum kra etire mu se omo de omo papotoyo no mu didie enye se omudi twu omu nkontomi anaso omu nya ado na omudi poto omu niema bi keke udidi mu a fine pa omo pempo echen abefo kwan so anasa glass bowls yi bi krampo omo pemu edidi omo mpe no omo pe apotoyo ani mum echen eno na no so na UTV news kuro yi asan ne womo ton apotoyo yi bi so etwetwe nkomo omo tano so ewa half north empesua so ewa half region ufri Kumase ko sunyane a ewo sa kwantempon ne so na womo echiremu asese de ye ntohwe womo timi betena honomo a first no na nipa bodom pem no ma hyehye wo honomo so se de obekọ nipa kakra bi ene womo ti dua bi ase a womo eto mo se echesade to no enkoso enti UTV news ene womo ye no so ene womo ton no etwetwe nkomo sei ene womo chirem
the economy is 20 cities and I want so and now we go na no this will be okuta be 100 million now they are then akofa now we be fa be me 20 no they say dwano enya ye maame vice president o ka say we be ma ye didwa o be so yasene o ma ba mo se time course there enso no they say o mo ba ye na me fa nse be ye boso me nso ma na ye ye ma ye didwa yeton ya you for quality to you for say ye gana say ejoni nya yeton a ye nto ejoni nya kra bi o wa betena asi a wo be kofie no 100 cities kra wunya ti esra ban say o ma ba no yeso o mo nto o mani no o manya dan o mo hya yen wo pe ba bi o mo ya ayu akokọ pa sunyan tanoso ene ye no na ye ha ya ayu na ye ema no yeton wo kwa yi ho ebi mu de ko sunyan ebi mu de kwankanan na eze say ye dwadie no abafom dwadie na abafom kire say eduru mmele bi adwa no koso eduru mmele bi ana abafom na eze say de anya kwala ena Brenda na abani ntini bebele so say Brenda na yes na ayowa no ndi ema omu ntimi nto ayowa no say the first na omoto ayowa no
obafom no na no ha dia ebetona ma 3cd ba ma no betukode a ewo bo mo so de bede ebeje so mo abeto omo so pe bibi kakra ntino omo di bi beto so no mo so emo ayi hia ne se eze ya iwe na egbo bibere obi ne si we obi no se obeya ma na so a this we hia trata miensa enso trata anye ya na ekotu e omo kotu omo de ba ba ku bia mu ntuma ne nyema ba ku bia e 2.5 ntu be hia miensa no na wo de be obi no uwie so a enso wa ubehia janso abubu ya na de ba eno mo hye no ma enso 1.5 eno so enso beto 5 se obi na so odin a ubehia 7 enso hu ska ntino yesere se ka ban ana se ankwekwe omo ubi ebe abeso ya sene no be ma ye bosia kura na lo bi a ebe ya nka yeso ye hu ebe han kakra
de ye hia pa wonka aban ho no eye mfa nka trata ene sei ene nkebe boa trata sanse trata na ewukuru no ha na ye binumu de ya a mo de supply di huska ba ye nkasa de nyi trata ebe ye adwuma na de amaya nka ye house kakra so be bete de tosu mi unu iskasem sanse trata no ko no de ba de ya obitu ya nka skaso ni ho ntinke nye ska na nka aban de ye de bre ya ene betimi aboa sanse dudu na no ye giska no firi ma no ne de ya adwuma no
GH Media School in Asabre womo 17th graduation ceremony akoso neno ena tipwa edaso eye foresight, focus and fulfillment womo se dwuma bia betimi akwa animu a enya sa chi gina papa se ya ene betimi amano ewie peyo chancellor MSU ye Dr. Kofi Osei Kusi wokasa no ena ode to adesuafo Asabre womo ewie school ni nyinenim se womoma ho brase endi womani wo djuma wo die nyinemu wo se uma edwe ahantan edi wanimu a emmoa emma eniema wunye nyina ehwerewo etisabre omo ewie suku omo kọ akwakoye omo djuma idie womoma ho brase eni edjuma den enka wo mo ho wo se nei se wo hwe eye osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah a wonye ne ba bi ko Ghana mampanyine nka ne obedi o mampanyine epen no wo se no obi a wo bre ne ho asepa eno ena aboa ma nei enidi esefata bia oni ho nanso eboni dina yede ma no.
If you look at our passion for you all, it is for you to become successful. And if you are going to be successful, then there is one word you must remember all your life. It's the word called humility. It's not a popular word. It's not a funky word. It's not a word you find on social media, but it is the word that will protect you. It is the word that will keep you on the journey, and it's the word that will keep you way at the top. If you are going to get to the top, you have to learn to get your hands dirty. Get down to the gutters. As you start working, don't say some jobs are not for you. We have all come this far because we have been willing to do a lot of the dirty work. I'll remind you about one of the greatest sons of this country, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You know, Kwame Nkrumah got a scholarship just because as a big man, he was willing to sweep. As you get out of here, I want to challenge you with not many words. Be humble. Don't brag too much about the little successes you get, because there are greater heights ahead of you. If you humble yourself, God will lift you up. So as you step out of this school, I'm super duper excited today to see you. I know that greatness is beckoning out there for you. I know that the greatest media entrepreneurs to run the media institutions of this continent and of the world are right in this room. I know without a shadow of doubt that great entrepreneurs in the cosmetology industry, great entrepreneurs in the hospitality industry, great entrepreneurs in the artificial intelligence and technology industry are all seated in this room today. But that is only potential. For potential to move into reality, you need to work hard. You need to believe in God and be strong.
I'm here to deliver a speech. I'm here to charge you. The first T is talent. What do you have? It's not only about what you learned here in school. It's about identifying what is in you and adding it to what you learned. After identifying your talent, you need to train it. I know most of you came here because you wanted that specific subject and you have gone through the training. The training should not end. The training should be continuous. In fact, learning should be lifelong. The third thing is targets. Set targets for yourselves. In fact, set targets per your age. At this age, what do I want to achieve? At this next thing, what do I want to achieve? See the future in your mind's eye and know what you want to become. Else, anything at all, you will jump to it. But if you have your objectives, you have clear-cut goals, you then decide specifically things that will match the objectives. After setting objectives, the fourth T is time. Manage your time very well. The next T is tenacity. Cultivate persistence and determination. You will face many obstacles, but you have to jump them. You have to overcome them.
Mama has say na brema kwame de premo kase nyina esima me fast da kase ma part mo first clothing now part vintage one share matade kopie mo Instagram wo hono sa so na obepie mo makasi healer says we free Sacramento 13th akopie mo makasi wo de free part obema wo direction occasion bia wo kobia obepam so atade nso e dia ma ofre no 0242 653361 0242 653361 Saso and a cute cat palo ubepimo Beka Junction adjacent Eco Bank na hona cute cat e wo enwi hairstyle bibia braids ni nyina wo ye e wo ho ene eye holiday yi de boru ahono na so kosiese wutiri ho kama friend 0246 8975 89 0246 8575 89 0246 8975 89 me amebeso mo abina chi boache sabride makram